Hi there. To everyone who's new here, I'm Kat. I'll be your yoga teacher today. Today we're going to do a relaxing, restorative yoga session where you should come out of it feeling really relaxed and content. So without further ado, I think we'd better get into it. We're going to start today in a child's pose, placing the knees towards the outside of the mat to get a really nice stretch through the hips as you send your hips all the way to the back of your mat towards your heels. Allow the head to fall down to the ground, allowing the elbows to come down onto the mat, maybe rocking from side to side. As always, it is completely your choice if you'd like to introduce some movement or if stillness feels better. It is your world, your practice, your choice. Wherever you are, you should feel a really great stretch through the inner thighs, the hip flexors. Breathing deep, beginning to connect with the breath. The breath is the basis of our mindfulness practices, our yoga practices. It is so important in our day-to-day lives. And yet we so rarely take the time to stop and observe it without trying to control it, just allowing it to be what it is. Take a side stretch from here, slowly beginning to walk the right hand towards the right. The left hand comes over to meet it. Maybe allowing the head to move a little further right as well, stretching through the left side body. It helps to press into the ground with your hands, keeping them active. This way you should feel a really nice stretch through the arms, through the side body. Maybe experimenting a little bit with this pose and how you can get a deeper stretch here. Finding your edge. Inhaling, walking the hands back to center and slowly walking them towards the left this time, stretching through the right side body. With every inhale, feeling the stretch a little deeper. With the expansion of your ribs, stretching the side body a little more. And releasing, walking the hands back to center, coming up to a seated position. I'd like to stretch through the neck. It's my favorite stretch in the whole world. Maybe bringing your knees a little closer together so that it's a little less uncomfortable on the tops of your feet. take the right hand, place it just over the left ear, and slowly allow the right ear to fall towards the right shoulder. Without forcing it, just let gravity do what it does best here. Breathing a little deeper. Appreciating the stretch through the left side of the neck. You should still be an extension, so nothing is compressed within your vertebrae. You should still be able to breathe normally, speak normally. And slowly releasing the head, bringing it back to center, taking the left hand this time, placing it just above the left ear and the right ear, allowing the left ear to fall towards the left shoulder. Releasing the muscles of your face. A lot of us hold a lot of tension through our jaws, the muscles around our eyes and our eyebrows. Allow this to be the time that you release some of that pressure, some of that stress and anxiety that manifests itself as tension in the muscles of the body. My goal for you, the rest of this practice, is to keep coming back to those facial muscles, to notice when they tense. Is it whenever you're doing a pose that you don't like so much, or a posture that you find more difficult? Just noticing and coming back to it, and always trying to release that tension that's been built up, and noticing how that makes you feel, this consciousness of such a small aspect of your body. Inhaling, releasing the left hand, bringing the head back up to center, interlacing the fingers, putting them behind the head, gazing forward, allowing the elbows to fall forward, allowing the head to fall forward. Stretching through the upper back, the back of the neck. Again, noticing, did your facial muscles tense up when you changed your posture? Release the head, slowly bring the head back up to center and take some half neck circles. On your exhale, gaze down, and on your next inhale, gaze towards the right, bring your head up. Exhaling, bringing your gaze back down, and inhaling, your gaze goes over to the left. Exhaling, inhale right, exhale down, inhale left, and just keep going in that way. Breathing, being conscious of the sensations in the body. And just one more breath, exhaling, gazing down, and inhaling, bringing your gaze up, and slowly bringing it back to center. Come forward into a tabletop position. We're going to stretch out through the wrists, which is so important, especially if you do a lot of computer work or inversion practices, whatever your lifestyle may be. It is so important to have healthy wrists. So exhaling, turning both hands towards the outside and then to face the knees. So the fingers are pointing towards the knees. It's a really good stretch through the forearms. Slowly leaning back. If that's comfortable, if you'd rather stay put, if that's a good enough stretch for you, by all means, take this pose however it's most comfortable for you. Exhaling, turning the hands back forward. And walking the hands out in front of you, we're going to come into a puppy pose. Gazing forward, keeping the hips stacked above the knees and slowly allowing your torso, your chest, your heart to fall towards the mat. Allowing the head to fall down onto the mat. Maybe massaging through the forehead by allowing it to rock from side to side. Keep your arms pressing into the mat. This is going to help you to get a deeper stretch through the shoulders. And inhaling, coming all the way back up, releasing the stretch, walking the hands back underneath the shoulders. Reach the right arm high and exhale. Bring that right arm back underneath the left arm, allowing the right shoulder to fall onto the mat, allowing the right ear to fall onto the mat. The right arm is straight out, coming into our thread the needle. Now you have the option here, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, to walk that left hand forward and to the right. And twist a little deeper. With every inhale, feeling the organs in your stomach getting a nice massage. And every exhale sends you a little deeper into your twist. And inhaling, slowly moving that left hand back underneath the left shoulder, reaching the right arm high, gazing up. And exhale, right arm comes back down. And we might take a series of cat-cows here, maybe some hip circles, taking maybe both at the same time, taking whatever movement feels good for you here. Releasing some of the tension. As a counter posture to our stretch. And coming back to center, lifting the left arm high Exhaling, sending that left hand underneath the right arm, allowing the left ear, the left shoulder to fall onto the mat, coming into our thread the needle on the other side. As always, option to walk the right arm further up and to the left. Breathe a little deeper. Be conscious of how your body feels in this moment. And if your mind begins to wander, bring it back to the present moment, maybe focusing on the breath, maybe focusing on the sensations in the body, without judgment, just trying to live a little more in the present moment. Leaving any stresses, any other thoughts at the door. And as always, a really amazing thing to come back to is the feelings, sensations of your face and how it feels when it's this relaxed. Inhaling, slowly moving the right hand towards the shoulder, walking the left arm, sending it high. And exhaling, coming back into your tabletop position. And just like before, maybe taking hip circles, maybe taking cat-cows, maybe taking both to try to release some of that tension that we've been building. Come back to a neutral spine and begin to walk your hands forward, exhaling, slowly coming all the way down onto your belly. Bring your arms out to the sides. You can have them in goalpost arms, which means that they're bent at a 90-degree angle with your palms on the ground. Or you can allow your arms to come out to the sides so that your body makes sort of a T shape. We're going to go into a shoulder stretch. So keep the right palm pressed into the mat. Move your left hand a little closer to you and slowly begin to push yourself over onto the right side of your body, stretching through your shoulder. Now, you might find that at a certain point you've reached your edge. So you've reached the edge of what is a comfortable stretch for you, and I urge you to stay there, not to try to be something that you're not. If it feels good and you'd like to go a little deeper into the stretch, you can take the left foot and place it behind you so that the sole of the foot is on the ground. The left knee points up. You should feel a really nice stretch through the right shoulder. And exhaling, coming all the way back down onto your belly. Allowing the left arm to fall out this time. Pushing into the right hand, bring it a little closer to you. Maybe lift up that left leg, that right leg, maybe not. And stretch through that left shoulder, left ear is on the mat. I find it really helpful to just for these moments, look at your body as if you were an observer. Thinking about how interesting it is that you feel this way when you're stretching. This kind of helps to remove the personal feeling, the feeling that we sometimes get of not being good enough. Living in the moment and not worrying too much about what you can and can't do. That is why we practice. Exhaling, slowly coming back down onto your belly. Bringing the left arm in and begin to make your way all the way onto your back. Might feel good to grab for a blanket here if you'd like. And reaching the arms out wide, you have a few options. You can either take a twist with your legs side by side like I'm showing now, or you can take eagle legs. So placing the right leg over the left and lifting up your hips, shifting them a little further to the right, slowly allowing the legs to fall to the left, gazing right. Take your time. There's no rush to get here. Bringing the consciousness back again to the muscles of the face and how they feel. Trying to remember to notice whether or not they become tighter or looser. We have certain thoughts, or maybe between each posture as we shift. As soon as we stop paying attention, just being aware without judgment. Bring your gaze back to the center, inhaling, lifting the knees, bringing them back to center as well. And shift the hips back to the center of the mat. Release the legs and take a counter posture, whatever feels good for you, following your instincts, listening to your body. So maybe for you, that's giving your knees a big hug. Maybe it is a happy baby. Maybe you'd like to windshield wiper your knees. Take whichever pose, whatever movement, whatever stillness feels good for you in this moment. And beginning to walk the feet back to the center of the mat. Bring the left leg over the right this time if you're taking eagle legs, or just allow your legs to fall towards the right if not. And shift the hips a little further towards the left, slowly allowing the knees to fall towards the right. gazing left, resting here, not worrying about anything outside this room. Your only responsibility is to be here and now. As always, every inhale massages your organs and your exhales send you a little deeper into your twist. And inhale, bring the gaze back up to center. Bring the knees back up to center. Shift the hips back towards the center of the mat. And place the soles of your feet together, coming into a reclined butterfly. Stretching through the inner thighs, the hip flexors. This will be our final pose of the day. If you feel that this practice needed something, if something just isn't quite fulfilled for you, maybe you need to add another pose, this is the time to do so. And if not, stay with me here in a reclined butterfly, breathing deeply and beginning to focus on relaxing all of the muscles of the body, allowing the shoulders to fall just a little further away from the ears. They tend to like to hang out a little higher than we like them to. Might feel good to take some releasing breaths with me. Take a deep exhale, empty your lungs of air. And inhale, fill all the way up, all the way into your belly. Exhale, sigh it out. Breathe normally for a moment. And exhale all of the air. Inhale, fill all the way up, even more than before. And exhale, sigh it out. Take one more. Exhaling all the way, getting rid of all the air in your lungs so you can replace it with fresh air, positivity. And exhale, sigh it out. You can stay here in this space for as long as you would like. As always, I'd like to end our session today with a little bit of gratitude. I'd like you to choose something in your life that you are grateful for in this moment. It can be a person, an animal, a thing. It can be the beauty of the world around us and of nature. Whatever that may be, take a moment to picture it in your head. It doesn't have to be a picture, it can be a word or a feeling. Try to maintain that gratitude with you for the rest of the day today. As always, I am so thankful to you for showing up on your mat today. And I hope you have an amazing day or night. Namaste.